The thing is, I don't think Infamous will let it through, right? Because they got two bans now. Here comes the TB.
Terrorblade.
Did you like the TB here, Sherlock?
It's okay. I mean, you got a ban draw and you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about Arc Warden. Do they play Arc Warden? I don't think they play Arc Warden. Arc Warden is pretty decent against Terrorblade. Or draw, right? Draw Ranger is pretty good too. Just ignore the armor.
I feel like they just really need a frontliner of some sort, because all of these heroes just want to stand in the backline and cast spells. I guess Pango can do some frontlining, but only if he's in ulti. And I feel like Infamous can just blink in, use all of their spells, and it's gonna be really hard for Thunder to play.
And there's the Ursa ban. A good carry, a good frontliner. I think he checks all the boxes. So no Ursa anymore. So now we got maybe a draw ban here, Sherlock? Or, I don't know, Morphling? Is Morphling good here?
Yeah, it's pretty good against Ember. It's fine against the Terrorblade as well, but as Wingblade said, Thunder just need a frontline hero here. But I mean, we saw they picking something like that in the last games, just playing with squish heroes, and they actually won. Why not again? I think the draw is the hero.
I feel like they're really gonna struggle.
Yeah.
It can I already think they're really gonna struggle because they have Rubik Myth, and I'm not a believer just yet.
So Infamous need a position 4, right? Or position 5, and Thunder
yeah,
needs
one
a
of
position
those.
here. All right, and I think you cannot pick Morphling, right? As Thunder, if you pick Morphling, Infamous just gonna pick KA and game is over.
Okay, so Thunder banned two offlaners, banned Deathfrost and Enigma, or I mean Enigma can go support too, but do you think this tide can be flexed? Do you think Infamous can put the tide on support and bring an offlaner here?
It can be a position 5. I saw maybe 2 years ago they were playing, or 1 year ago, I don't remember actually, but they used to play tide position 5.
I think it's really bad together with TB though. They're gonna get bullied by double ranged offlane. We'll see, maybe they can make it work somehow. Alright, this is the big Huskar game for Thunder. Let's go.
Oh, is it?
10 seconds remaining.
You're muted, Sherlock.
Okay. This is a hero
still
that
muted,
hasn't
Sherlock.
been played for months, maybe even years, maybe even decades. I don't even know what his spells do anymore, to be honest.
I'm a huge Jug hater. I'm not gonna lie.
Why? He's like the most vanilla ice cream of the Dota heroes.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't like vanilla.
Okay. Okay, now that's a good point. So, what do you think about the matchup against TB? Because back in the day, people used to pick Terrorblade specifically against Jug. And now they're like, we're gonna bust out this non-meta hero that also has a bad matchup against the enemy carry. So I'm a bit confused, and I hope that you can shed some light, Sherlock, because maybe I'm missing something.
Can you hear Sherlock? I can't hear him.
No, he's muted again.
Dude, that was muted.
Yeah,
oh my god,
you
I'm
are.
so dumb. Alright. Back
are
then
dumb.
they used to pick you're right, they used to pick the Terrorblade into the Juggernaut. But you know what? Juggernaut is kinda okay now against the Terrorblade because of the Blade Fury. You have the shard, you cannot sunder anymore on the BKBs, let's say like that. And because of the Maelstrom, right? You have the Maelstrom, you have the shard, it's kinda good. But yeah, you're right. Terrorblade still can be good against the Juggernaut, but they just pick Phoenix into the Juggernaut. It's pretty easy to just hit the hack as a Juggernaut. I don't feel the draft with Infamous. I'm with Thunder again.
What about you, Wingblade?
Seconds remaining.
I don't believe in this Thunder draft. I believe in their team, but I don't believe in their draft. I feel like Infamous just has such a nice lineup where you have 5 heroes. They all have a few spells each. They just jump in. They put like the things on their head. They don't listen. They don't think. They just use their spells, and it's gonna go great.
Yes, let's go to our casters for game number 2. I'm with Infamous 2. It's Rada and Guipepe. Let's see what happens.
Hey everybody! As sounds like we're looking for some Game 3 hype from the panel, even though it was split 2 to Infamous, 1 to Thunder Awaken. Guipepe, what are you thinking? What are you making of these drafts here?
I mean, I kind of agree with our panel. I'm just like, this Thunder's draft is, I think they want to play really fast. When you have Rubik mid, your early game has to work out. And then you keep up pressure, you get big, you have huge spells, and you just kill people. And I think Jugger kind of makes sense when you think about this way of playing. So yeah, I don't really dig the Rubik mid, because usually it simply does not work out. But I get what Thunder is doing. I will go with Thunder, but not feeling that well about it.
Sure. Doesn't sound like you're all that decided. Maybe it's more just the talent of the side that you're siding with rather than the draft picks is what I'm picking up as yeah, the Infamous they desperately need this game number 3, Guipepe. They've got to start getting results. Currently sitting at 0-2 on the scoreboard of the series split, 2-4 when you look at the games played. So they've been able to go to 3 games on every single series that they've played. And this is they desperately need it to happen here. So I honestly, I don't know, man. Looking at these drafts, they're pretty silly to me. I honestly, I don't think that I can side in one way or the other. I do like that they have more playmaking potential on Infamous this time around than they did in game number 1. They seem to have answered those problems, as we do see Thunder with a 5-man smoke and Invasion, but with some good wards there. Oh, okay, so those are actually Thunder wards that they just placed pretty deep, and if nothing else with that smoke play, able to get these deep aggressive wards. But it looks like they're hunting. They're wanting to go for something here. But again, just great movement from Infamous, making it nigh impossible to find the opening to make a play.
Yeah, Thunder wants to fight. My only problem about Thunder's draft is Rubik. It's like usually simply don't work out, and that's my only concern. Because I think it makes sense. Rubik here, I like this Rubik game. He has so much damage playing mid. It's so easy to punish Terrorblade whenever he goes around the map. But usually what we see when we see Rubik mid, he starts chain feeding and he can't go back because he's a Rubik. But that's my main problem. But if Thunder can keep on pressuring the map, I think they have a great draft for doing that. So yeah, I dig that about Thunder's draft. And Infamous, they have a way more balanced draft, right? You have Ember mid, he will always do something. Terrorblade, position 1, he will always do something. Tidehunter off lane, now giving some team fight that they didn't have before. But I mean, Infamous draft is, I think it's easier to execute, but Thunder's potential to just pressure the map and keep on killing the enemy is really big here.
Yeah, and I think I have to agree with your qualms about the draft. I honestly don't know to it during this DPC tour that I've seen a mid Rubik, and I mean even in the grassroots, I don't feel like I've really seen any of these mid Rubiks. I see it picked every now and again, and I don't think I've seen it win a single time. Of course, you know, it's not been alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it was the first series on DPC or before DPC. I'm not sure. But EG did win with Rubik mid. I mean, they stomped because it's EG, right? So, I mean, Chris Miles showed how to play Rubik mid. And everyone else is trying that. Let's see if Alon can do it. He failed already. He did it once, I think, in DPC, and he lost. Let's see if now it works out.
Did you? The thing that I'm excited to make its way to the SA tour is to see some of that IO Witch Doctor offlane action that took place yesterday.
Good. That was so. I was casting that in Portuguese. Oh, that was so good. That was simply too good. Yeah, I hope so. Game Gladiator did such a good job pairing Witch Doctor offlane with an IO. That was so cool.
I know. I didn't get to see the game, but I saw the Reddit threads about it afterwards, and it definitely. I mean, it looked like a very fun little game to cast and a fun game to honestly to have been playing in. But that being said, I don't want to see that tech in my pups. Let's leave that to the professionals, right? Like, there's a reason why they're so dang good at this game. They're able to do cool things like that. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad at seeing some of that stuff here come make its way to SA. Just anything. Let's just get past this daggum Lena phase, dude. I'm so glad that we don't get to see that hero in this game. It was banned out, so that's a solid in my books. But
yeah, I like that.
You know. This Rubik, though, he's having a good start to the lane, my guy. He's 14-6.
Yeah, he's really strong in lane. I mean, supports that go mid usually are strong on lane. That's what supports do, right? They have strong lanes usually. And Rubik is one of them. He has such a good laning phase, so yeah. He's pressuring Ember a lot. I mean, Ember is still farming because he's an Ember. But Rubik is able to... I mean, he can get it. He's getting the advantage here because he's farming all those creeps under tower. Go alone. You can do it. Get this last creep.
We believe.
We got it. We good.
Hey! No CS lull today, boys.
Yeah, but look at Mirana. She already wants to try an arrow at mid. Alone knows that. Look at his position. He's playing so defensive, and now he's tipping Mirana. Oh, that's a ballsy move.
That's just some boss stuff there. As now we got a spin aggression coming out onto Oscar. The tanky Tide Hunter should be able to survive through this. Use the salve to get him back up to HP, but that is just some resources committed. Oh no! Meanwhile, down bottom we have some action popping off. As able to get the first blood is Kataro, but the return kill. As the Terrorblade goes down, Michael's the one who picks up the CS on the return kill.
That kind of fight is a fight where both teams are happy. I mean, Terrorblade got the first blood, he died, he had no HP at all, so yeah, I mean, sometimes it's better to simply die, and that's it. Win the trade, die, go back, full HP, full mana.
Oh,
but
now we have the Bushwhack onto MJZ, pumping in, the Icarus dive, Illich gonna swashbuckle forward, Kataro, he's trying to secure the kill, and he's gonna be able to.
That's so good for Kotaro. I mean, he just died, he got another... Did he get killed? No, Phoenix got the kill, so not that good for Kotaro, but still. I think Kotaro is pretty happy with those trades.
Oh, Dragon Slotom's back under the tower range. The creep wave's pumping damage into him as well. Sleight of Fist. Do we have a Fade Bolt? Just 1 second. We're not going to let that go.
Yeah, it's so much pressure. Rubik is such a good mid laner. On lane, of course. After laning stage, some weird stuff starts happening, but I love his laning. And now, look at Mirana going back to mid. Yeah, Mirana wants to pressure this Rubik. Arrow? Oh, didn't land it.
Dodging out the arrow.
And tipped again.
And another tip going to Slotted.
That's right. That's what you
gotta do. Getting a little spicy here.
I like that. And now Disruptor is coming as well. He's like, no, it's not only Mirana that's helping. I'm gonna help as well.
So the laning phase starting to break up a little bit earlier. It's going to be the Glimpse drag back onto Slotum. Nice. Slotum's going down here. Slodin not able to make any rotational play here. Still 16 seconds on the next Glimpse, so it's just going to be support slapping into each other if there's any engagement happening here afterwards.
Yeah, let's see if
but they've even rotated MJZ to the mid lane.
Yeah, it's all about the runes. Now it's bottom, so Rubik is pretty sad. Phoenix is holding it. Yeah, okay, she got it. If Rubik got the rune, that would be so huge. I mean, he's winning his lane already, he got a kill on Ember, and then he would be full HP, full mana, ready to keep on harassing. Yeah, I think that's the way you make Rubik mid work. I mean, you win your lane, you get some kills, and then start rotating. That's the way to do it.
So we'll have to wait another minute and a half before we're able to see some plays like that come into fruition. An arrow up top is not going to land onto Smiling Knight. As taking a look at our Juggernaut, he is the top of the net worth, sitting at 3,200 here, 7 minutes into the game. What's on the itinerary? He's looking for a wand, Maelstrom, Yasha,
Bottom
Manta
lane.
style. Just some typical build here.
Oh, they
Down
almost got
bottom,
Kotaro bottom.
Michael being brought down fairly low. Kataro as well. It's going to be the Bushwhack connecting on MJZ. Shield Crash does not quite connect. We do have a Mango. Swashbuckle is available. Now the damage, not quite enough, but with the... Oh, coming forward, Kataro using the salve, getting himself back up to an HP where he feels comfortable fighting. He has the most HP in this lane now, but here comes Slotsims, making the rotation down to the bottom lane, able to clean up the kill on the Hoodwink. Illich, the next to fall with the Metamorphosis Kataro, just pumping damage into him. Meanwhile, up top, there's some action happening. Oscar looking for the TP away, not going to get out as Slotsims now TP'd himself up top alone. He made a rotation up here. He's doesn't have a whole lot of resources. He has a Fairy Fire and a couple of wand charge. It's going to be the Remnant forward, right into the Omni Slash, but he's able to get the Remnant away.
And great play by Alone, just waiting for Amber to Remnant in. I mean, that was a mistake for Amber as well. He has to Remnant and instantly use another skill so Rubik can't run. And Rubik wants to keep on fighting.
Oh gosh,
oh, he's diving top.
Remnant coming in. Diving under the tower indeed. There's the Sleight of Fist. Remnant getting back to the other way. That's going to be the Acorn shot. Bushwhack combo. The lift is there. The Phoenix goes down. Now slotted. Wrapping around from the top right hand of your screen. Throws out an arrow. Picks up the kill on 2 alone.
Great plays by Alone. But, I mean, he ended up dying for sliding got that kill. So Alone's not as stoked. I mean, Rubik mid, usually he wants to keep on killing, not dying. I mean, cards are usually like that. But Rubik has this problem that he's too squishy. So if he dies once, okay, it will take him a little bit back on net worth. So I don't think it was worth it for Rubik, but still great plays.
Oh, mid lane kerfluff will happen as that's going to be the death of the Hoodwink. Alone TP came in just a little bit too late, but he does have Starstorm now.
Great
so that is some nice little magic damage. Great for farming indeed. He should be able to rip through these waves and some jungle camps as well. Ping's coming out. They have vision. They see MJZ.
What Rubik wants. Rubik is going for a Dagon.
Just no chill. We're going straight Dagon rush, boys.
Yeah, I like that. Just burst them. I mean, they can't do anything to you if they are dead, right?
Oh, aggression onto MJZ. Alone is in the area. He's looking for Kataro, however. They also have Michael down here. Icarus dive. MJZ trying to get away. The Bushwhack already used. So the Phoenix will be fine, and now maybe they're looking to set up a play up top on tonight if they're able to close the gap.
Yeah, it's pretty hard against
they're bringing
Dragon.
4 heroes up here.
They got a Ravage.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's so hard to
There's
engage
going to be
him.
the spin.
I think
no Ravage used.
Yeah, you gotta get him by surprise. Oh, or not. Or just follow him.
Maybe there it is, right there. You caught him by surprise with the Sleight of Fist, Chains combo. Nice. He's trying to get himself away. He's already used the spin. No spin for another 4 seconds. Sleight of Fist again. As Slotsims able to track down this Juggernaut and bring him to his knees, and now Alone, he's aggressing upon Slotsims. He stole the Remnant, but he doesn't have the chains. Chains holding Alone in his tracks. Meanwhile, down we are able to get a kill onto the Phoenix as Illich diving back behind the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, I like what Infamous is doing. I mean, Amber rotating a lot, now putting pressure on Jugger. It was not an easy kill, but they made it happen. And now, looks like we have a fight at top.
Oh, yes.
Illich,
that's going to be the Rolling Thunder going in onto Kataro. Remnants as well. The spin. The Fade Bolt. They brought down Kataro. No points in Thunder yet as Oscar. He's going to get a Ravage. The Ravage connects onto 4. The arrow to follow it up. And now the Omni Slash bouncing around, bringing down Oscar. The Sun Ray onto Smiley Knight as well as Alone. Smiley Knight getting tracked down, brought down as it's going to be a 3-for-2 trade. And both carries going down in this engagement.
Yeah, that Ravage at first I was like, maybe they kill Pango, but that's it. But no, Amber was coming, everyone was coming, so they got a really nice fight, Infamous, after losing their Terror Blade. Right, so they are not feeling great about it, but still a great fight. Rubik is able to still leap from Mirana, so he can disengage, but he was dead as well if he didn't get that leap. That great response by
Talk
Infamous.
about dead.
Oh,
Michael
no.
got caught up in the mid lane here.
Yeah, rest in peace, my friend. Alone is having a good game. I mean, Alone is he's not farming that much, so I think that's a problem. But he's having nice fights, I think you need that to make Rubik mid happen.
And now maybe looking to set up a play in the mid lane. We have 4 heroes around. There's going to be a TP coming in from the Hoodwink, so there will be 3 here for the Radiant side. As now, Oscar walking up onto the high ground. Very low already is the Rubik, and now with the Phoenix Egg, all the other heroes are trying to retreat. 2 Remnant forward. Illich, there's going to be the glimpse back onto Slatims, who's going to be A-okay with that. Just focus attention onto the wave and start putting pressure onto this mid-tier 1 tower.
And here we see the problem about Rubik, right? You jump on him, he's dead. So yeah, great attempt by Infamous to put pressure. They get the kill, and now they're pressuring tower. I don't see how Thunder defends this. I think I mean, Disruptor has the ultimate, maybe, but how do you engage? You have no opening. That tower is gone. Okay,
I mean,
a lot of
it
space
honestly,
for Kotaro.
It seems like the drafts have flipped places, right? So in game number 1, it seemed like it was very hard for Infamous to try to make a play with all they had was the Blink Wind Ranger. And here in game number 2, basically just the squirrel version of the Windrunner on the Hoodwink, and it feels like they're in a very similar position where that is their main way to make plays. It's going to be a swashbuckle forward onto MJZ. They're going to use the Moonlight Shadow to counter.
Yeah, but it's way easier for Thunder here than it was for Infamous last game. Way easier. You have Rubik. I mean, what I meant by mid is how they engaged, because they had no trees to go and get in without being seen. So they didn't have an opening because of that. Because I think they have ways of starting a fight. You have Disruptor, you have Rubik, you even have Hoodwink, like you said. But it's not that bad.
Oh dear.
Oh, free kill. That's a good kill. I mean, Pango is one of the heroes that make things easier for you when you want to fight. So if Pango is dead, Thunder can't go looking for a fight. It's a free farm for Infamous, free farm for Terrorblade. Yeah, they are starting to put some pressure here, Rada.
You know, and I am worried for TA in this game, because I think that I honestly think that the Terrorblade, kind of like the Faceless Void in game number 1, he's going to be the biggest, baddest man in the lobby if this gets to the late game stage. And so far, I mean, it kind of seems like that's the pace that we're on right now. We're just going to be able to we're going to get our farm, we're going to hit our timings, and then Infamous is going to come out. As now they've found out Illich yet again, Remnant forward, but we have the Static Storm, the Kinetic Field rather, making things a little bit awkward on the engagement. Slatims was very low on mana, didn't want to get caught up a particular creek without a paddle, so he is going to be A-okay.
Yes, I would say the difference about Terrorblade here and Void the last game is like Void is kind of impossible to counter. I mean, you can build items, but it's kind of hard to counter Chrono because it simply stops you. I mean, Terrorblade, you have ways of dealing him in late game. I mean, Pango is a pretty good hero against Terrorblade. Disruptor Eggs, looking at late game, it's a possibility. I mean, Rubik is not bad as well. So you have some answers here for Terrorblade late game. A little bit different than the Void in the last game. I don't think Infamous had any answers for Void. So here, I think it's possible for Thunder to win a late game, even though Terrorblade usually wins against Jugger.
Yeah, because I mean, the way to beating the Terrorblade typically is like magic burst damage. We're hunting for MJZ, but with a well-timed Moonlight Shadow, not going to make the connection. But I mean, of course, with the Rubik Fade Bullet, he's building the Dagons. They have the ultimate from the Hoodwink, and Disruptor, he has magic damage and spades sometimes. Oh gosh, Illich getting caught out again. This
so hard to
4, 5, and 2.
It's so hard to play Pango against Ember before your Agony Shard. It's the easiest setup ever. I mean, Ember just chains him and then arrow and he's dead. If he has the shard, okay, he's good. But until there, he'll keep on feeding. And now Ember has BKB. It's a huge item.
And they're looking for a play. 3-man smoke up coming in, but that's going to be the kinetic static. Immediately countered with the BKB. No ags on this Disruptor.
They got Rubik. They got
Can we get the chains? The chains, the arrow. They have found the Rubik out alone. Is being left exactly that, and he goes down 33 seconds without this Rubik, who, I don't know, man. Kind of almost feels like he's coming up a little flat, Guipepe.
Yeah, Rubik is looking so bad right now. Poor guy. That's the big problem about a hero. If you're
Oh,
not pressuring,
now we
you're
gotta
getting
play set up.
pressured. Okay. Yeah, you have Disruptor. It's easy to make those things happen. You have Hoodwink as well. So yeah, if you are under enemy vision, you probably die. That's the main problem about Rubik. I mean, he's looking like a support right now. Let's see if he's able to position himself better. I mean, it's not even his fault. Ember just has too much mobility, right? And he couldn't steal any spell that could make him run away. So yeah, it's tough being a Rubik mid sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's just a hero that feels that it's boom or bust. And so far here in game number 2, it's looking kind of bust. As, you know, hopefully, as you said, he's able to kind of right the ship, get things figured out, and, you know, able to have a little bit of a better showing for himself. But the lad is still even working on his first level of Dagon, and he's not even really necessarily close to that, still 1,200 gold away. And with the pace that this Rubik is farming, that could take him, I mean, a good little time to get there. As now we have a 3-man smoke up, Moonlight Shadow to follow.
They are looking at Rubik. It looks like he's dead again.
Oh dear. Arrow, connection, the Rubik is dead. The Ravage now onto Illich. They're going for more. He's going for the Rolling Thunder, trying to get himself out of dodge. Hoodwink now coming into the engagement. BKB going to come out to dodge the Bushwhack. Not going to connect on the sniper shot either. As now BK beat up, still coming out forward is Slotzim, and that's going to be the ultimate. He waited that out perfectly for the end of the BKB, but as soon as we drop the kinetic field, the egg to counter, as things are coming up all infamous in this fight and in this game. 7K now is the net worth differential.
Yeah, and Terrorblade is still fighting. So you kill Rubik first, so majority of Thunder's damage is gone. Rubik does so much damage, and if he's not there, you have no damage on Disruptor Ultimate to try to kill Ember. Right? Easy fight for Infamous, setting up that kill with the mid ward. Great game by Infamous. And it's really hard to play from behind if you are Rubik mid and a Jugger position 1. It's really hard to play from behind with those cards.
Slotims coming in on the hunt, looking for more. As that is going to be the Disruptor Courier. That goes down here. Maybe looking to set up a play. Not quite able to get in the range to glimpse anyone. As they've committed 5 heroes to this area. And now here comes the Gibbs play. They have found Slotin. Slotin is going to go down.
Yeah, they got the free kill. Let's see if they can do anything with that. I mean, okay, Rubik went for first step. I like that. I think it was a really big mistake to go with that Gloom if you are dying non-stop. But yeah, he has his 4-step games. Probably now will be easier for Rubik, and they're pressuring mid. They have Jugger, but they don't have the healing ward yet. 20 seconds on cooldown. Yeah, they can't go in hard.
And all this time, the Terrorblade, he's just farming. Yeah. Kataro, he's not been to an engagement in a long time. The BKB is complete. Now he's working towards the Manta style.
Yeah, that's a different build. I mean, he goes for BKB early on. He's like, yeah, I want to join those fights. I like the idea because Infamous likes snowballing. I was not pretty hard, but they're doing some good snowball. So yeah, Kotaro wants to join the fights. I like that. Now going straight for Roche. Yeah, they have BKBs, they have Ravage. In 10 seconds, it's really hard to fight against this lineup on Roche.
Yeah, things are stacking up against Thunder Awaken here in game number 2. And Infamous looking to still keep up to the stats. They've gone to a game number 3, and every series so far here of Tour 1 in this SADPC brought to you by Bedboom is now we're going to be the kinetic field drop onto the Mirana. The Aegis goes the way of the Infamous, the Aegis going to Slotims.
Yeah, free Roche. Thunder tries to contest, but they are just too late. And now Infamous, I don't think they will try to fight S5 because the TB just used his Metamorphose, but yeah, they have Aegis. So game should be... They may try to find pickoffs, but not a big fight. When meta is back, I think Infamous will just go ham. And let's see if Thunder is ready for that. I mean, Jugger is fine. He's having a good time. He's farming well. Big problem is Rubik. It's so easy to kill him. So let's see if he can position himself better on next fight. Just wait for meta and we will be able to see the real potential of Rubik, or not.
Yeah, and I mean this this 4 Mirana is starting to creep up on the mid Rubik in the net worth chart, and that really just kind of goes to show the type of game that Alone has had here. 2, 4, and 4 on this Rubik mid, and again, things have just been coming up all infamous. Just barely able to dodge that arrow is Illich.
Now with his agony shard, it's way easier. He didn't have it yet, so he almost died. But if he's ready, it's so hard now to jump on him. You can just use Blink and Ravage, and then it is easy. But you can't simply Ember and Mirana here anymore.
Oh, the arrow?
Oh, what?
It does connect, but he got the swashbuckle off. A little bit of weird interaction, but the Sleight of Fist Remnant combo.
Yeah, I mean, it was still on cooldown. That was not a caster's curse, okay? It was on cooldown, his skill, his agony shard. So that's fine. He can die when he's on cooldown.
As now talking to Dian, we're diving back behind the tower, trying to find Michael. He's going to use the ultimate, try to create more space and scurry himself out of this tricky little position that he's in. But they do lose the top tier 2 tower. Now the TP's committed. They want to go in. Rubik, he's going to do a little glimpse play, but he still goes down. Kitaro picking up the kill.
Yeah, it feels like Infamous is just doing whatever they want on the map, and Thunder is not ready to respawn. I mean, and now they don't have a Void. It's not like, yeah, we'll simply farm and we'll win this game. Yeah, they can win going late game, but so much easier this game for Infamous to go in to try to fight. Thunder is not having the easiest time of their life running away from Infamous.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, and I mean they do have the good reach. I mean the leaps forward with the Mirana. They've got the blink on the Tidehunter. We've got the remnants as well as a blink on Ember Spirit. They're just really itemizing to be on the hunt and to try to snowball this into a victory. Now we're going to blink forward onto Slatems. Again, he's going to use the ultimate trying to buy some space, but none is to be found, as that is the death of the Hoodwink.
That's so easy to get pickups on map when you have Ember Mirana. So much easier. I think Infamous is so glad about their draft, because the last draft was like, man, we can't kill anyone. How do we do it? Now it's so simple, so easy. Just chains into arrow in his head. And yeah, Infamous get another tower. I think they're gonna push this tier through. There's no way they would go back. They know they're stronger. Yeah, Rupke got his Dagon. So let's see. Let's see if the burst comes out.
Let's see indeed. Hopefully we can start making some plays for the Thunder Awaken fans out there. But 10K now is the net worth lead, as they're just happily just eating up this entire map. The only person who's close on the net worth is the Juggernaut, who's 2K behind the Terror Blade. But then right after him is the Ember Spirit, who's 11,000, almost 12,000 net worth. And that's a 4K differential between him and the Rubik. As the Rubik, he needs to start getting some of these kills, start popping some of these gold pinatas so that he can get some of that sweet stuff himself and start to make this comeback. Because, of course, whenever you have an 11K lead 24 minutes into the game, that does leave the comeback mechanisms
look at Ember.
there. Slotums, he's going to go up onto the Spire to give him vision. Blink down to the low ground, but now maybe what a play, but he's being aggressed upon here. The arrow, the Ravage connects onto nothing as the full retreat has been called by TA.
What a play from Ember. Thunder were smoked and they were on the high ground. Ember just blinking on the cliff. He's like, okay, if they jump on me, I have BKB. And he saw everyone, so it's easy for Infamous to go in because they have the vision, they are stronger. And yeah, I mean, Thunder is playing the same game they played the last game, right? Infamous started owning, dominating the map, and Thunder just farmed, but they don't have a Faceless Void now. So
right.
It's not a guarantee win. Like, if we get to 40 minutes, this game is ours. It's not the same here. You're against the Terror Blade. It's not that easy.
Alright, so that's going to be the Aegis of the Immortal that pops, and they did a good job of canceling the regeneration that he would have gotten from it on Slatems. So he is a little bit low on regeneration, but of course it is Ember Spirit Gaming, so he can solve that problem at any point in time. Moonlight Shadow, there's going to be the Diffusal onto MJZ, a defensive Yules trying to get himself the space, and he bought it. This Phoenix is going to be A-okay.
Yeah, now Infamous just go back to farming. They are good to go. I mean, they need Ravage 1 minute. Oh, Ember. Oh, look at Latam.
Ember.
Because they
able to get
some work here.
onto 2, he's able to get the kills. And now, Rolling Thunder committed by Illich. He tried to do a Remnant juke, but he's going to be found out. They have the Sunray heal, keeping him alive, as that's going to be, damage coming out onto Infamous, or onto Slutzims. Oh gosh, spin. He's going to get caught by the egg. Gonna get caught as the Juggernaut, and down goes Smiling Knight for 50 seconds.
So lucky. Juggernaut's ultimate went for Mirana. Amber was so dead here, but Mirana got in close and Jugger just jumped her. So lucky. I mean, well played by Mirana, but still so lucky for her and for Amber.
Sure.
And now Kotaro just used his Metamorphose and let's go. Push high ground. Yeah, game is looking easy for Infamous.
Sieging onto the high ground, forcing out the Glyph of Fortification. The Juggernaut is still on the sidelines for another 15 seconds here.
And they would just
They're going to go ahead and back up.
Yeah, you gotta respect it. Even though you are way, way ahead, you gotta respect the high ground. You always gotta respect it. High ground is such a scary place to go. But yeah, Infamous, I mean, they're close to having this game on their hand. The advantage is big. 15k is a lot. I mean, Jugger still is farming pretty well, but I mean, he scales kind of well. He's not that bad against TB, like Sherlock said. He can make it work out, but it's easier for TB to win that man fight. It's way easier for TB.
The ward gonna give them vision of the Ember, and this is a great choke point to try to take the blade, to roll up the turnaround, and that is the death of the Ember Spirit, and that is a gold pinata pop, 974 gold, going the way of Michael.
Yeah, great pick off. That's what I was saying before. Like, even though Infamous is getting big, they have Thunder has ways to kill people. Even Terror Blade, he can get really massive. You still have the damage and the control to kill him. So Thunder still has these possibilities of winning this game. It's hard, but they still have the possibilities. Now they found Tide.
They have found the Tide. MJZ going to TP into this. Sunray coming out. Kataro's going to be around as well. That's going to be the Supernova committed, but it is on the low ground. They should be able to kite this out to the other side of the triangle, and they do. Now here comes the Blink Ravage. The Ravager connects onto 4, focusing up onto the Juggernaut, but Illich coming in, trying to break this play up just a little bit, and it's going to be the death of the Disruptor. Now it's going to be the Omni Slash, bouncing around onto the Terrorblade, but he uses the Manta, so it's going to bounce to Illusions. As now the Sunder play, the Terrorblade back up to full HP. Illich gonna come in, get stunned, as that's the stolen Ravage, I do believe, by the Rubik. As no, and he stole the Sunder as well. He's doing the plays, he's trying to do the fancy dance. You can see the quick fingers on Alone, but it just simply is not enough.
And they needed a Pangolier's ultimate here for this fight. But Jugger was hitting Amber, and they kind of dodged a Ravage pretty well for Thunder. Juggernaut got hit by it, but they insta first staff him, so he was fine. So the Infamous Ravage was like, didn't do much, but Thunder didn't have the team fight anymore without Pango's ultimate. So even though Jugger is able to hit, then he goes with his ultimate against TB. TB is fine. I mean, that's not a lot of damage. And then Jugger has tried to run away, and he's dead. But if they had Pango's ultimate here, maybe Thunder could win this fight, but they didn't, so yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's been the pace of the game, the pulse of the game all the way through, as it just feels like everything is coming up all Infamous. Roshan will be available here in 47 seconds, and I feel like that's going to be Roshan number 2, and it could potentially be a very big one, because then you're dealing with an Aegis lead with 17k net worth in tow for Infamous, and they're going to be knocking on your high ground. Now looking to try to make a play. It's going to be a 4-man smoke up. Pings galore on the map. Moonlight Shadow to counter.
Okay, now I think Thunder knows that there is no Roche because of the vision. But yeah, it's way easier for Infamous to play this fight. They have a good good vision deep inside Thunder's jungle. Let's see. Thunder has to contest this. I think if Terrorblade has 2 lives, this game's over. It's really hard to kill him once. You can do it, but it's really hard. Twice, and maybe it's not possible.
You know, and that's the way that it feels over here as well. Is it would just be too tall of an ask. 5-2
Yeah.
and 5 is Kataro, and I feel like has he even died since the laning phase ended? Like he's just been farming, having a happy-go-lucky time. Not having a happy-go-lucky time is the Disruptor, just trying to get some wards out to secure the area around the Roshan. He's going to get caught out, brought down with a quickness, and now into the Roshan pit they go.
I mean, it looked like a free Roche. I don't think Thunder sees an opening to contest, so they are just gonna push bottom and mid. Yeah, I think they need to contest, but I don't see how, so fair enough. Simply don't going. And good luck fighting against TB with 2 lives. They can try set up a kill bottom at the Ember, but it's hard as well.
This Slatims on the Ember, he has just played so well. I feel like throughout the entire game, this Ember 13-2 and 10 in so far. He's gonna he's gonna use the Aghanim shard that we got from the Roshan. As yeah, it's this game, man. I'm struggling to find things to say other than Infamous just playing super duper well throughout this game, and it's just really just very, very controlled here in game number 2. They know where their openings are, they're taking it when they see it, and they're not forcing the issue otherwise.
Yes, and it's so much easier for Infamous to play the game, because it's kind of the same as the last game, but now they have ways of pressuring the enemy. So yeah, they are able to do it, and they are doing it. And now they want to go around the map and find someone to kill. They know some heroes of Thunder are around bottom. But yeah, they're gonna TP out, I think. Oh, Smile Knight is looking at it. He's not TPing out yet.
Oh,
and they got
Hoodwink. Finding the Hoodwink. Michael trying to scurry away, but you can't scurry with the Sun Ray upon you. Michael being tracked down, brought down, burnt by the Sun's mighty rays.
Yes, yeah, Michael. I mean, Thunder knew the Infamous was coming, but they have to go as far as they think they can, because you are losing. You have to go in.
Oh, Shivas, they have found the Disruptor as well. And it looks like they're going death by 1,000 cuts style. This poor Disruptor just feels like he's not been able to have much of a game. 1-9-5. As Disruptor, he's a hero that likes heroes that are running away. He's not so much a fan of heroes running at him. As a double damage rune onto Kataro. Here comes the high ground siege. Aegis of the Immortals still in tow for another 3 minutes, Pepe. So there's no relief in sight.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Thunder defends this. I mean, TB has 2 lives, has BKB, has ED. It looks like 3 barracks. Okay, they're poking from far away, but it's not enough. He just wants to get this and go back. Or not.
Oh, wants to go in. He has another thought on his mind. He wants to come in and kill both of the supports on the backline with a quickness. That BKB Ember, they've yet to find an answer for him so far. Now they're moving to their second lane of barracks as they're working on the top tier 3 tower here. Unfortunately, not much the TA can do but look and watch as they're hoping to find an opening to make play. They've stolen the Fire Spirits, so maybe able to slow down the push just a little bit here. Is alone on the Rubik. He's been used up, down into the arrow, timed it perfectly. Down goes alone. And a tip comes out for MJZ, who did a lovely job using the Icarus dive to set up the Eul's Scepter arrow combo.
Oh, but it's a Rubik. It's only a support dying, right? Oh no, it's a mid Rubik. Oh my. And now Infamous got super creeps mid, got super creeps top, and Thunder, they have no way of fighting back. They're simply looking at their Rex going down. And there's still 1.5 minutes for Aegis, so maybe even though they have no meta, maybe they can still force bottom. I mean, kind of risky, but I mean, what can Thunder do? They're so weak. Ember just jumps on their backline and kills supports. A Disruptor can't do anything. Hoodwink can't do anything. Yeah, hard game for Thunder.
Very hard indeed. And I'm sure the panel will have plenty of things to say about this mid Rubik and the performance they're in.
Yeah, they will.
Literally neck and neck with the Mirana at this current point in time on the net worth chart. And yeah, man, just a rough game. And this is really, it's kind of the worst possible outcome whenever you're playing one of these. I don't even know what to call it, because like maybe a cheese pick, an off meta pick, something like that. You know, you see it with like the bounty hunter sometimes, who's becoming a bit more popular. So like if you fall short, you're essentially just a core or a carry, or I'm sorry, a support running around in a core role and having a terrible time of it, as they are going to pop the Aegis of the Immortal onto Kataro. He does have Metamorphosis available here in 4 seconds. He's going to move the crit stick into his inventory. And I believe the Daedalus is flying out to him. Yes, he now has the Daedalus.
Look at him again.
Goes the Ember, just chasing down alone, bringing down alone. The Ravage going to connect onto the Disruptor. The Disruptor, the next to fall. Now Knight with the spin to win combo. He's trying to come in, bring down Oscar. Not quite able to do so, but meanwhile, Slatim's on the back line. He's just cutting through everybody. They blocked back on both the supports. Omni Slash bouncing around, but they're splitting it between 4 heroes. Knight, you just don't do that much damage, bud, and GG is going to be called. 37 minutes in, Infamous completing their destiny and going through a game number 3.
Infamous tried the same strategy the game before, but didn't work out because Thunder just had a better scaling carrier. Here's not the same idea. I mean, Thunder has a mid Rubik that didn't work out that well. I mean, his laning was good, but that's it. Right here against Ember jumping on you and you're dying. Phoenix jumping on you, setting it up the kill with his Scepter. So yeah, really a harsh game for Thunder to play like that. They didn't have the better scaling carrier, so even though they were holding up, like Jugger was farming pretty well for this bad game, but still, he'll probably not be able to kill Terrorblade. So yeah, I didn't see an opening for Thunder. Their early game had to work out. When you have Rubik mid, your early game has to be good. If it's not, you're done for. And that's what we saw.
Yeah, and I mean that's I don't know, man. It's just maybe TA was feeling very confident on their matchup against Infamous. They're feeling like in game number 3 they won't have any problems actually being able to bring down Infamous, so they just got a little bit cute, a little bit cheeky with this draft, maybe a touch too cute, as I don't know, man. They never really had a solid like frontline presence, it felt like. So the Ember was just able to dive into the backlines, kill whoever he wanted, whenever he wanted, and there was just no answer for this Slatim's Ember going 19-2 and 15.
Yes, I mean, I like their Thunder's draft. It just simply didn't work out. I mean, they like Rubik mid, so it's not like, yeah, I think we got this series already. Let's just pick Rubik mid. No, they like it. They think it's legit. I think as well, but you gotta have a good early game. If their early game was good, I mean, the game would be so different, but that's not the case. So since Infamous won the early game, the Thunder's Awaken draft just looked kind of stupid, but that's not the real history about it. It's a good draft. I like it, but didn't work out. That's life.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's also the fickle nature of Dota sometimes, right? Where it if your ideas don't work out, sometimes you look like a moron, even though you're not a moron. But
maybe you are, but maybe you aren't.
maybe we all are. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut to a quick break before we go back to Lil in the panel as they discuss TA versus Infamous game number 2.